for students, like-minded students can come together and debate what are the needs of the society. Can we satisfy any one of them? A new nutraceutical can be a startup, a new way of how to take drugs. If several drugs are to be, how they are to be taken, can be a startup. Providing the domiciliary facility to old patients at home can be a startup. Many foreign pharmacies are doing that. So there are quite good number of old people, and if at all drugs are provided at their place and they are counseled about how to take that. So there are large number of opportunities which pharmacies can take up as a startup. Let me spend some time on that. So government of India is providing extensive support to startup. Just now, an hour back, our finance minister has given the new budget, and they have extended the tax holiday for startups for another year up to December, up to March 22. So anybody who has a startup till March 22, he will not have to pay any tax for the product. So now, recently, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has published a notification. You can get these details and put on the Google. You will get the entire statement about what is startup. It details all facilities provided for budding entrepreneurs. So if you have entrepreneurial idea in mind, which can turn out as a business, it need not be drug alone. It can be any one of the areas which I have mentioned here. Biosimilars need a lot of investment. It can be a diagnostic, it can be a nutraceutical, it can be a medical device. So you can think of it. Next slide, please. Now, in the regulations, next slide, please. They have mentioned that there is one concept, what is called as proof of the concept. That if you have some idea, you have to prove that the idea works, and for that you may have to conduct some experiment, some maybe trial under some supervision and all that. So if you have to prove your proof of the concept, government is providing around 20 lakhs to you. If you put the proposal in the right, an amount of around 50 lakhs is provided for helping commercialization of the idea. Once your proof of the concept is done, then you can commercialize the idea by approaching the bank, by getting loan, or by going to a venture capitalist and getting many. A lot of tax benefits are given to startups. Until now, uh, around 41,000 startups units have been registered in India. This is only with the very active support from the government that the startups have come, and there are a lot of opportunities for startup. Next slide, please. Now, a startup idea is a new idea, and therefore it has to be incubated in the sense as you have incubator for developing bacteria instrument. You have to incubate your idea under some structural components. So there are incubation centers to offer help to startups, and if you are developing incubation centers, the level of support from government is around 2 to 5 crores crores. If you are developing only incubation center, but otherwise you can go to an incubation center. One such incubation center is National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. All facilities for laboratory facilities are available there, and they are rented to you at a reasonable cost of around say 50,000 per month, and you can get a couple of lakhs from the government. Spend this amount and develop this idea. So, next slide, please. Now, startups are big things for you. And if you are planning for a startup, at the end of my discussion, in fact, I would appeal to all these students that you are in these institutes for another 4 years for completing degree. Right from now, talk to different people and find out whether you can think of a startup program related to disease, drug, food, preventive, whatever. It need not be merely drug. Any business idea with a commercial potential can be a startup. So if you want to develop startup, I mentioned some do's and some don'ts, and with this, then we can come for the end of discussion. So look for innovation in the product. The If somebody else has done this the product, then it is not your idea. It is not your. There is a good definition of research. Let me tell you here that research is what others have seen, but uh, it is one which others have not thought. They have seen, but they have not thought about that. That is the research. Similarly, there may be a product in front of you, but not a conventional product, but then you can develop. So that is the innovation. Something new is innovation. No details of finances. In fact, I have a hint here for all these, that technical persons may, very few people, technical people, reach to the level of managing director. The only reason is lack of knowledge of finance. A technical knowledge plus knowledge of finance can take you at a higher position. So if at all you want to develop a startup idea, develop your own and become a managing director of your own company, you have to know details of finances, how finances are coming, how finances are being spent, and so that mere technical knowledge is not good enough for you to succeed. Know how to organize resources, manpower resources, financial resources, land, building. So there are so many resources, and they have to be organized if at all you want to start startup. Be modesty in personal expenses and luxuries. Many times, after getting a grant of 10 to 20 lakh, the startup person may become extravagant in expenses. That should not happen. Keep your personal expenses and luxuries to minimum so that more money can be used for developing startup. Study and evaluate the action plan. Action plan details are extremely important. Have global vision for marketing the product. Now remember, if at all your product is global and not merely marketed in your state or your country, the market size will be very big. You can get more market, you can get more profit in it more well. And next suggestion is clarity of vision and focus on idea is the key for success. May I have the next slide, please? Some more do's. Knowing intricacies of the activity is essential. Just knowing that this product is there, this plant extract is useful for treating diabetes, knowing that is not enough. Knowing how much stable it is it averse to hydrolysis, how much, what is life for that, and all that intricacies. Study and avail all facilities of startup. The startup, a lot of advantages, know out of all of them. Keep crucial things always under your personal control. If crucial things are delegated to others, you may be deceived. Take necessary professional help whenever necessary, and pay for it. Use your personal network to maximum. Take risk at it. Now, this is a most important thing for you. You are budding, I would say all of you are budding entrepreneurs. You are maybe in the age group of around 18 or so. As age advances, your inertia goes on increasing and your risk taking ability goes on reducing. So if at all you have to take a risk of startup or beginner, do it at an early stage of life as early as possible, and be always ethical and rational. Similar to some do's, let me also mention on the next slide, please, some don'ts. Do not outsource everything. Some people have a feeling that if I have good amount of money in hand, I will put everything, employ a person for X thing, employ a person for Y thing, employ Z, and I will only coordinate. No, that won't work. So do not outsource everything. Keep important things to you. Don't repeat mistakes of others. So uh, it is said that for 100 successful projects, or there may be another 2 or 300 which may be unsuccessful. So if at all there are some unsuccessful projects, study them why they were not succeed. Don't be complacent, especially about finances. If you are complacent, you may be duped, and that's why you have to be careful. Don't have poverty of ideas. Now, in fact, we have poverty, not only financial poverty. Sometimes there is a poverty of ideas, and new solutions are not found out. So don't be dependent on many matters to outsiders, and never enter in irrational practices for immediate gains. For example, adulteration, counterfeit drugs. Now they may give quick profit early. We are now seeing the narcotic control board outraging different kind of people. The manufacturing factory has also been found out in a part of Mumbai. So these kind of irrational practices should never be done. Next slide, please. Now, finally, remember certain things. This is mentioned by our Prime Minister that today's startups can be tomorrow's multinational. If your idea is good enough and if it is global appeal, you can become a multinational company. Your product may be needed in not only Asia but other countries, and you can be a multinational company. Your present financial status is no bar from zero. Some people who come from a financially poor background have a feeling that I don't have money and I cannot go for startup. No, if idea is bright, then even though you don't have financial resources now, you can grow to any large extent. So don't be bothered about your financial status right now. Have patience, work for some time, but be focused. Innovation is the key to success. If your product is innovative, certainly you can succeed. Digitization of activities and transparency in operations is the route to success. Let me give you example here of education. You all are aware of the advertisement along with theaters and other people come out. Baiju. Baiju is a young professional from Bangalore, a young boy. But then he has put up the idea of education in such a form that billions and billions of dollars he has got just with the idea. So, if you have bright idea, you can conquer the world. Keep wealth now. Finally, keep wealth creation and societal sharing as the major objectives of your activity. Next slide, please. Finally, be modest even if you succeed quickly. Sometimes, if success comes quickly, it goes to in your head and you become arrogant. Money should not make you arrogant. So, no arrogance of money should crop up in your mind. So, with all this background, let me summarize what we have discussed today. Last slide. We have reviewed existing opportunities, manufacture, distribution, including education. We have explored some emerging opportunities. And out of these emerging opportunities, we have discussed about diagnostics, medical devices, vaccines, biosimilars, nutraceuticals, pharmacovigilance, and startups. Uh, I have just given some outline about this idea, what they are. So with this, I also hinted you about some do's and don'ts. I think this discussion on emerging opportunities might have, if at all, it has stimulated in your mind that I am, in fact, at the end, let me say that you all should be congratulated for coming to a noble profession of pharmacy. Pharmacy is such a noble profession, and you get area in vast field knowledge that you can become entrepreneur. And if you decide to be entrepreneur right now, coming 4 years are for collecting information, collecting knowledge. Libraries there, ex-students are there. Talk to them, talk to your teacher, and you can become successful. So all the students who have joined for this course of BPharm, I welcome them for entering the new profession. And even if 50% of you go to startup with new idea, I would feel that the purpose of my discussion will be useful today. Thank you. If there are any questions, I would be too happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this amazing session on various opportunities in pharma profession in India. Now this session is answer session. If students are having any questions, you can.
You can put in a chat box or communicate me.
Yes, you can drop your questions in chat box also.
Few students have raised their hands. So if they
Yeah.
have questions, they can basically unmute themselves and ask the questions. I can see Yash Sharma, Shivanand, Poonam Shevle.
Students,
Vijay sir?
Yeah.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, can you just elaborate on a scope after pharmacology, MPharm pharmacology with respect to industry perspectives?
Major use for pharmacology is in two areas: preclinical and clinical. Preclinical means studying toxicity in animals. So, if at all during your post graduation you have handled different animal, you can study toxicity of drugs into different animal. That itself is area. There are a couple of CROs doing this kind of work for toxicology. Coming to clinical aspect, there are a lot of scope in clinical trials. There are a lot of scope in pharmacovigilance. And so preclinical and clinical are two areas which in which the informed pharmacology person can certainly contribute, but he has to develop in handling of animals in case of toxicology. In fact, if at all you are, I am presuming that if at all you are thinking of a startup in case of pharmacology, so there are a couple of CROs doing the preclinical pharmacology. Now, there are some three specific tests: mutagenicity, carcinogenicity, and teratogenicity. So, if at all you develop one technique by which one of these tests is done, you can develop your own startup. So, preclinical and clinical are two opportunities for pharmacology.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Sir, a new field is new course is arriving in the pharmacy, the doctorate in pharmacy, PharmD course. The PharmD course is good, or the PhD is good if we want to start our career in the industry?
See, okay, PharmD course is after 12th. So you spend 6 years after 12th and get PharmD. However, PhD is a course which usually is done after post graduation. So, and PharmD is more clinical in nature. So, if at all you want to go for only for clinical aspects, you can go. You cannot compare PharmD and PhD. PhD is slightly higher learning. So, if at all you want to go to in industry, PhD may be more beneficial, provided you are oriented towards the objectives of the industry. And in case of PharmD, you may get opportunity in pharmacovigilance and clinical trials only. I hope. Are you satisfied?
Thank you, sir. I am satisfied with your answer.
Yeah. Okay. Any more?
Any other questions? I think there are no questions. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now moving forward to the next session, I am here to present introduction of our second speaker, Dr. Shilpa Shotria Madam. She has completed her B Pharm from YB Chavan College of Pharmacy, Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad in the year 1999. Then ma'am has completed her M Pharm in Pharmaceutical Technology from SN Institute of Pharmacy, Pusat, Amravati University in the year 2005. Then she has completed her PhD in Pharmaceutical Sciences from Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune in the year 2018. She is having total teaching experience of 19 years and research experience of 11 years in the research areas of solid lipid nanoparticles for dermal testing, dermal targeting, then novel drug delivery systems, nanotechnology in dermatological and cosmetics products, taste masking, ion exchange resins as a taste masking agents, nanofibrous scaffolds for wound healing and control drug delivery systems, colon targeting, nasal drug delivery for brain targeting, buccal drug delivery system, nutraceuticals, and development of silver nanoparticles. She has guided more than 25 MPharm students for various research projects till on date. Then she has handled independently various projects for development of topical gels containing lipid nanoparticles of herbal actives for dermatological disorders, mainly pigmentation, dermatitis, eczema, and wound. Madam have received research grants of rupees 4.5 lakhs independently as a principal investigator from Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune for various research projects and research grant of rupees 10 lakhs as a co-investigator from Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune for various research projects. She has visited the Sri Lanka for presentation of research paper at the World Congress on Pharmaceutical Sciences and Chemical Technology in the year 2013. She has published total 21 national and international publications and has 50 research presentations to her credit. She is recipient of Professor Duggirala Vishweswaram and Professor Srimantula Satyanarayana Award in the field of pharmaceutics for research paper published in Indian Journal of Pharmaceutical Education and Research in the year 2019. Also, she is sorry. Also, she is recipient of runner-up award in teachers category, medicine and pharmacy for project entitled Nanolipid Gel, one treatment for three skin elements at Inter-University Research Project State Level Competition, Avishkar, in the year 2016. Then she is currently working as an assistant professor in Department of Pharmaceutics at Sinhagad College of Pharmacy, Vadgaon, Pune. Since many years, Madam is looking after Student Council of Savitribai Phule Pune University and Sinhagad Student Council. She is the coordinator of Pharma Tech Fest, a technical event named Braura, which is organized under flagship of Sinhagad Karandak. With this brief introduction, I now request Dr. Shilpa Shrotriya Madam for delivering her session on Sinhagad Technical Education Society Student Council and other student-related activities. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Kiran. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes. My slides are visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Kiran, for your kind introduction. And good afternoon, one and all. I know since morning everybody is talking about career in pharmacy, opportunities in pharma care, health sector, etc., etc. So don't worry, I'm not going to discuss anything which is related to pharma career, but definitely I'm going to focus on some activities, okay, which will mold your personality, which will develop your career in a future, okay, and which will improve your skills too, right? So good afternoon, one and all. On the behalf of Sinhagad Technical Education Society, myself, Dr. Shilpa Shrotriya, welcome you all again in the session of this orientation program. And today I'm here to give a brief introduction or to give a brief idea about Sinhagad Student Council along with the College Student Council also. And I'm also going to focus on various activities which generally we conduct at college level as well as at society level. Okay, I'm talking about a Pharma Tech Fest event. I'm going to brief about the Bravura Tectonic, and I'm also going to focus on certain co-curricular as well as extracurricular activities which we conduct at college level as well as society level. So let's begin. So we know that every student have their own voice, their own views, and it is very important that they should get some platform and opportunity to showcase their talent, to express themselves, okay, to express their views, okay, and to showcase their skills too, right, as well as many more. So by considering all these, every college or the university or the society, they have developed their own student council. So if you look at the definition for the student council, it is nothing but a representative structure for a student working together with some advisory board or with some advisor within the framework of constitution or bylaws. It is very important. It should work within the framework or of that constitution or bylaws. Okay. So what is the role of this student council? How it helps to the students in developing their skills, to develop their leadership skills, etc. So mainly this student council provides a means for student expression and assistance in a college level activities as well as in a society level activities, or you can say at a university level activities. It gives opportunity for student experience in leadership and encourage the student to develop the various skills, especially the leadership skills, as well as to come up with the different talents and all these things, right? So here mainly I'm going to focus on two different types of councils here. The one council which works for Sinhagad Technical Education Society, the colleges which comes under the roof of this STS society, and that council is called as Sinhagad Student Council. And the other council, which is nothing but the council which works for their own college, nothing but it is related to university or the college student council, right? So one by one, we'll focus on each. So to begin with this, I would like to introduce first you about our own society council, that is Sinhagad Student Council. Okay, so it is developed by STS, okay, in 2013 mainly. So it is an association with a perfect blend of various clubs. Okay, the various clubs comes together and they produce competent students to face the newer challenges of today's globalized world through holistic development of the student mainly. And this particular council provides a platform for students to support, share, and excel in potential qualities. So under this council, there are mainly 14 main clubs. Nowadays, currently 14 clubs are running under this council, and 32 sub clubs are there. I'll introduce that clubs to ahead. So the council helps in a student holistic development, mainly through knowledge sharing, through attitude building, through integration and implementation. Okay, that is the main role of this council, and it will develop the holistic, it will develop the students in a holistic way by using these various approaches. So Sinhagad Student Council, as I said, it runs around 14 clubs, and under 14 clubs, there are many sub clubs are also there. And mainly, we have a sports club, we have a cultural club, we have a social welfare club. So once the student is registered under Sinhagad Student Council, these are the 3 default allocated clubs under which the student can work. And apart from that, we have a different clubs for the different means. Like you can say here, the foreign student club, which is mainly mean for the foreign students. Okay, we have a student welfare club. Some of the clubs comes under the management colleges, under the management college. So that is a management clubs where they develop the marketing, finance, HR, operation skills. Okay, but the pharmacy students also can be a part of this management club too, if they are really interested in the management and the marketing skills especially. Then we also have a science club. Generally, pharmacy, biotechnology college and the science college, they comes together and they develop some projects and they work for the projects. So they called as a science club. Then we have a separate social media club and the photography club also. So most of the news and which is associated with the society that can be published with the help of this club. Then we have a research club, specially who look after the various research projects, as well as you can say the publications and all these things. So in our college, we have a journal club also. So where the students come twice in a month together and they discuss various research articles as a part of journal club. Then we have a placement club, which generally look after the placement of the students after their graduation. Then we have a strong alumni connect through this alumni club. So number of times we interact with the alumni, they generally gives the orientation. I think tomorrow you have a orientation by the alumni also. So we have a alumni clubs too. Apart from that, there are separate engineering clubs are there. It is mainly mean for the engineering students, but the pharmacy student, if they are really interested in the interdisciplinary work, they can join these engineering clubs too. Then the dental club, we have a certain MOUs with the dental college also, and we work together for the various research projects. Then student event club and architecture clubs are there. Currently at Sinhagad College of Pharmacy, these 6 clubs are active who work for various purposes. So you can see here we have a research and innovation club. So mainly IIC faculties and the faculties who are a member of that IIC, they work together for this research and innovation club. Then we have a social activities and fitness club, sports club, cultural club, journal club, yoga and universal human value club. Okay, so these 6 clubs are currently active at Sinhagad College of Pharmacy. So there are certain things which is necessary to know for the students. So here there are some details about the Sinhagad Student Council. To join this council, every student has to register themselves for that Sinhagad Student Council. We will announce the registration date and the registration fee also soon. So this council is mainly active at Vadgaon and the Ambegaon campus, but the other campus students can also join. Then it has some specific registration fee, and this membership is valid for 1 year. So you have to update that registration fee as well as that membership every year, so you can be an active part of that student council. Student becomes a default member of 3 clubs, as I said: sports club, cultural and social welfare club. And in addition to these 3, the student can join a maximum 2 clubs, whatever is listed in the slides mainly, or the sub clubs of his or her choice. Okay. So being the member of the club, the students are allowed to participate in various events, which is generally organized by the representative clubs, okay, without any extra fees, or you can join anytime and you can work with these clubs also. Okay. Uh, for smooth running of this Sinhagad Student Council, okay, so these are the office bearers who generally take care of this student council, and which comprise with the president, vice president who looks for the student activities mainly. Then secretary, we have a treasurer, we have some representative of foreign students, and 14 council members. Mainly, they are a representative of 14 main clubs mainly. So these are the office bearers. So these office bearers were selected by election process. So initially they have to register themselves. Okay. Then the apex body generally conduct the interviews of these registered students. Then after the campaigning is done with some electronic media, and finally the elections, and the students or the office bearers were selected by the students of the Sinhagad Student Council member only, or the member only select this particular council bearers. Okay. So this SSC, or you can say Sinhagad Student Council team, enthusiastically work for various activities of Sinhagad Karandak, which mainly includes the NEON. NEON is nothing but the Sinhagad Cultural Karandak. In the coming days, you will get idea about the NEON. Okay. So then they also work in Sinhagad Sports Karandak, generally called as SSK. Then we have one technical event called as Tectonic. So student council support that tectonic events. Especially for the pharma, we conduct a one theme event called as Bravura. I'll brief you about the Bravura also. So this student council helps, or you can say support, that Bravura theme event too. And for the management students, the Spectrum is the one that is generally conducted by the management colleges. But all these things is smoothly conducted by Sinhagad Student Council under Sinhagad Karandak, and the Pharma Tech Fest is nothing but the Bravura. So during Tectonic, we used to conduct workshops, seminars, various competitions, even some chill zones are also available. So every college in every campus, okay, they conduct these tectonic events, okay, and they conduct workshops, seminars, and various competitions, okay. At the end of the tectonic event, all the colleges come in a Vadgaon campus and they conduct the various theme event. So this theme event, that pharma theme event, you can say it is nothing but the inter-campus event which will be conducted at a Vadgaon campus. Here, the 4 pharmacy colleges under the aegis of STS, they comes together and they conduct a various theme events. You can see here the different theme events are written. That is about for the 2019 and the 20 that we have conducted. Simulation, it is nothing but the pharma model making event. Okay. Then logic to magic, which is nothing but the problem is given to the student. Okay. and they have to solve this problem, that is industrial troubleshooting competitions is there. Out of box, it is nothing but the where the students can create different advertisements. Okay, so this is the innovative advertisement competition, and we also conduct the e-poster competition especially for the research students. Okay, and the last year we have added one more competition here, that is called as the DigiAd. So now nowadays the era is you can say everybody is going towards the digital era, right? So last year we conducted that competition of the DigiAd instead of the normal advertisement. So these are the various events which generally conducted under the Tectonic. So that is intercollegiate as well as intercampus events are there. So I'll communicate you the different announcement. Okay, as soon as I'll get an intimation from the society. So you will get details about the registration, Sinhagad Carnival as well as the elections. So once I get these things, I'll communicate to you. So I request everyone to join this SSC and be a part of SSC in the coming days and enjoy with the various clubs. Now, this is all are about the Sinhagad Student Council. Now, apart from Sinhagad Student Council, every college, they have their own council. It may be nominated council or it may be elected council. So as per the university norms, or you can say there is a university or the college student council, which is specified in a clause of B of the subsection 4 under the Maharashtra Public University Act 2016. And the role of college student council is to look after the welfare of the students and to promote and coordinate the extracurricular activities of different student association for their better corporate life. Okay, and especially this council is not engaged in any kind of political activities, right? So yeah, these are the constitution or the members which is present in the council. President, secretary, ladies representative is there. Then a representative of reserve categories. Then we have one student representative from each class, generally called as a CR. Okay. So as I said, mostly they are nominated, but nowadays university or this law is not yet in a force, but majority of these things are done in a nomination form only. So this particular student council has their own working committee, which is headed by a principal of every college. Then they have a president, which is generally selected from final year BPharm or MPharm. Then secretary, mostly from first year MPharm or TY BPharm. Then ladies representative, we will take care of the problems of the girls mainly. Then we have one person which is nominated as a, you can say, uh, this is the reserve category representative. Six class representatives as we are running MPharm here. Then we have a sports representative, cultural representative. Then NSS representative is there. College student council coordinator, generally a teacher. Then director sports for the physical education, again a teacher. NSS program officer, again nominated by principal, again he is a teacher, he is or she is. And the cultural secretary, that is again a teacher cultural secretary. So this particular council supports various co-curricular and the extracurricular activities, okay, and which is generally conducted at a college level. Mainly in co-curricular activity, we conduct every college which comes under the aegis of STS. They conduct various activities like you can say workshop, poster presentation, seminars. Then we have a National Pharmacy Week celebration. So we conduct the various activities under NPW activities and the program. We go for the industrial visit every year. Third and final year students, they used to visit the industry, and first and second year students mostly they go for hospital visits mainly. Then apart from this, our students are actively participate in all kind of activities, and they also participate in the poster presentation also. They present their posters in various international and the national symposia. maybe in a Apticon, IPC, IPS, Avishkar. So in the third and final year student and especially MPharm students, they usually present their papers and their research works in the various national and international symposiums. So these are the some glimpses where we have conducted various seminars, workshops. Okay, students are actively participating in various poster presentation and the competitions. Then our alumni is mainly interacting with our students. These are some few alumni. Okay, for we conduct for the various programs for the women empowerment also. Here you can see the various competitions which generally conducts at National Pharmacy Week. So paper presentation, essay competition, pharma admad, quiz, and so on. So students actively participate in these kind of activities. So we go for the industrial visit, as I said. So these are the few glimpses where the students have visited the various industries, and they actively participate in extracurricular activities too. So all the colleges are actively involved in the conduct and the participation in various extracurricular activities like sports, cultural, NSS, blood donation, etc. So these are the some glimpses you can see here, and we encourage our students to participate in extracurricular activities apart from their regular curriculum. So I hope this particular, you can say, presentation may give you some idea about the co-curricular and extracurricular activity which generally conduct at our institute. So I hope you all would be enjoying your UG and PG courses in the coming days. And once again, I welcome you all at Sinhgarh Technical Education Societies at various colleges of Pharma STS. So thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this very informative and interesting session on Student Council and other student-related activities. We hope our students will definitely participate in all such activities. Now, there are some important announcements for the students. Firstly, if you are having any doubts related to any college related issues, so you can directly call your respective college for further communication. Secondly, we have posted a feedback link on your WhatsApp group. So kindly fill that feedback link for the today's session 1 induction program. So all please fill that feedback form which has been posted on your WhatsApp group. And then thirdly, regarding the tomorrow session, same as today's time, you have to log in at 9:45, and first session will be from 9:45 a.m. to 12 noon, into which for the first, the topic is communication skills, the need of hour, and the guest will be Mr. Abhijit Mandve sir, freelancer and life coach Pune. Then second session will be held by Mr. Pramod Dahibate sir, senior vice president, regulatory affairs, Lupin Limited, Mumbai, on the topic scope, potential, and opportunities in the pharmacy. Then 12 to 1 p.m. will be your lunch break. Then from 1 to 2 p.m. there will be a third session on the topic Mind Matters by Mr. Manjunath Sotadar, senior lead designer. And then the last session will be held by Mr. Mihir Patel, associate manager, Sanofi US Ahmedabad, and who is eminent alumni of SIOP NARE on the topic being distinctive. So this will be your tomorrow's session schedule. These are the three important announcements. Kindly note all these announcements. Now, finally, as every good thing has an end, and we have arrived at the end of today's induction session. On behalf of Sinhgarh College of Pharmacy, Vadgaon, Pune, let me take this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks for this induction program. With a great sense of gratitude, I express my sincere thanks to Honorable Founder President, SPES, Professor M.N. Noble, Sir, Honorable Secretary STS, Dr. Mrs. Sunanda M. Navle Madam, Mrs. Rachna Navle Astekar Madam, Honorable Vice President Admin, and Mr. Rohit M. Navle Sir, Honorable Vice President HR, for their constant support and providing all the facilities and infrastructure. It was indeed a great pleasure to have Dr. S.D. Bise Sir as a guest speaker for today's online induction session. We are really enlightened with his great experience, knowledge, and presence. Also, our grateful thanks to our second speaker, Dr. Shilpa Shotria Madam, for this nice session. Then, I sincerely thank respected principal of Sinhagad College of Pharmacy, Dr. K.N. Guzar sir, who has been driving force for the program. My sincere thanks to Dr. S.D. Sawant sir, principal SKNCOP Kondwa, Pune, for his timely suggestions in the smooth organization of the student induction program. Then many thanks to Dr. M.P. Mahajan sir, principal SIOP, and Dr. P.R. Nalavade sir, SIPS Lonavala, for their support and guidance. Our special thanks to the academic coordinators, especially Dr. Meera Singh Madam, then FYB Farm and direct SYB Farm class teachers, and PG coordinators of our 4 pharmacy colleges. Our heartfelt thanks to all the newly admitted students and their parents for their active participation. Due to this pandemic situation, we had to conduct this induction program via online mode, but everything went smoothly with your cooperation. So thank you so much all. A special thanks to the organizing committee of SCOP, especially Dr. S.P. Mulgun Madam, Shubhangi Pawar Madam, and Sushma Chaugule Madam, and all the non-teaching staff for their support and coordination. With these warm words and kind message, we move to the end of today's induction program. Once again, thank you very much all. We will meet tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. for the morning session. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request all the participants to kindly on your videos for the group photo.
Amol sir, Amol Tagalpallevar sir. Sir, you are on mute.
Yes, just a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, actually we have explained the schedule, tomorrow's schedule, and since tomorrow's session will be conducted by Sinhagad Institute of Pharmacy, Nare. If you have any special instructions apart from the one which are given by Kiran, you can tell the students, and then we can probably.
Yeah, only one correction in tomorrow's schedule. Instead of 9:45, I request all the students to join exact at 9:30.
Okay, so students, please take a note of this.
Yeah, and in the morning, what I observed is students start talking on Microsoft as a platform. So it is not a platform to discuss in personal. So it is a professional, program organized by STES under the aegis of 4 of the Sinhagad institutes. So you all are requested to have a professional behavior during whole 6 days. Thank you so much.
Now probably we can proceed for group photo, Kiran.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now I hereby declare that our second session is over and you can leave the meeting. Thank you. Thank you so much all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.